Hello everyone, and welcome to page 36 through 70 of my Doodle Journal for art class. Here we go. If you were with me on the last video, this is where we left off, page 36, and I used tape to create a frame on this one. I used graphite pencils, and yeah, I like the way the frame came out. That's not something I do normally in my sketchbooks, but I'm going to keep doing that from now on. Here is cousin It from the Addams Family, a little character I decided to draw in here. I actually have a tattoo of this on me. Yeah, cousin It. And this is a bunch of hypotrochoids. I have a hypotrochoid set, I think that's how you say it. I just wanted to fill up the page with some random stuff, and that's a good way to do it with something like that. It's very relaxing, very zen, you know, like you just lose yourself in the doodling. That's what's cool about that. And here is a study of Skeletor from He-Man. I had done a bunch of drawings of Skeletor's head on a different sheet of paper, and I wanted to transfer them into this book to keep them. I picked the 3 best ones and I drew those, and as you can see, it's 3 different styles of Skeletor. Yeah, pretty cool. And this one was also from a loose sheet of paper I wanted to transfer into this book. I transferred a couple drawings into here. There were little small doodles, and I made bigger finished doodles, I guess you could say. So this one's a random guy in a Cookie Monster outfit. I don't know, very random. I like drawing characters. And this one was my little doodle of Batman that I had on a sticky note, and I transferred it into this book. Very loose sketch style. Not very familiar with this Batman face. Could be anybody really under there, and that's what's cool about Batman. It could be anybody, so it doesn't matter who you are. You could be Batman too. And this one is a character that's kind of based on Sergio Aragones' style. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's from Mad Magazine fame. And he's wearing a Ninja Turtles mask. That's Raphael's mask. It's, another just random character. I like to draw characters, like I said. And here's another character, a little funny little dude. Rather than get his hand caught in the cookie jar, he was caught in the hole. His whole body was in the cookie jar. Yeah, that's just a funny little character. And he was also on another loose sheet of paper. It was smaller, different than the other drawing was a little different, but this is pretty much the same, just bigger. And here's another character. And I don't know if you're familiar with this guy. It's the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. You can't see his wings, but they're there. This is a character I've drawn before. Yeah, the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And these 2 guys they're bees that I did with charcoal. I don't normally use charcoal, as I've mentioned before, but now I'm starting to use charcoal more. These are the harder tip charcoals, and I did these because I was doing some studies, some bee studies on another sketchbook for an assignment that I had in class, and I just figured why not draw some bees in here too, and at the same time play with my charcoal pencils. Yeah, I really like the darkness of the charcoal pencils, and it's a fun medium to play with, and I'm gonna explore it even more in the future. And this little funny looking character is actually based on a photo a friend of mine posted on Instagram. He dropped a little piece of cheese on the floor, and when he picked it up, it had all kinds of hairs and dirt and stuff all over it, and thought it looked funny, so he drew a face on it and took a picture of it. And I liked it, and I laughed, and he said that I should draw a character of it, and so I did. And this is it, a little block of cheese with a face that my friend made on it, and a bunch of hairs and stuff, and yeah, it's pretty gross, but it's actually funny. So anyways, and this one is actually a character made by Vaughn Baudet, also Mark Baudet. They're father and son artists. This is not my own character, but I just wanted to draw something, in his book from someone else. Just something that kind of pays homage to them, because their characters are used very often in graffiti art. So I thought, why not throw them in this book? I don't really draw too many of Vaughn Baudet characters, but here's one. And this is just, a bunch of random shapes, you know, kind of like ginger roots, but yeah, just random shapes, playing with line weights and also with the cross contour lines. And yeah, and I colored him in. Last time you seen him in the earlier part of this book, they weren't colored in, but this time I colored him in. And while I'm talking about color, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend son Joshua, who gave me a marker set for Christmas. And pretty much almost everything in this book that is in color was, colored with those markers. So yeah, thanks, man. That was pretty cool. And this character right here is also from earlier on in the book. It's more fleshed out though, and I used the brush pen and I gave her a name, Strawberry, and that is actually from a song. It's a reference to a song by NWA called Dope Man. Go look it up, listen to it, and you'll see for yourself where I got the inspiration for this character. No offense to anyone, just having fun. And this character is something that I've drawn before, but I wanted to kind of flesh it out a little more and, just add it to this book. I added the weight, the label, great value, if you know, you know. And then I added the barcode. And yeah, like I said, just fleshing out this character, playing around with it some more, it's going to be a character that I'm going to keep around, so get used to it. And this one was another one of those doodle blobs. If you saw my previous video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But basically, it's just making a blob on a page and just drawing off of that. It's a good way. It's a good exercise. Like if you ever get stuck, you get writer's block or something, you don't know what to do. You just draw a blob. Either you can draw it out with a just a line, or you can fill it in like I did with a marker, and then just draw something around that. And it's a good way to exercise your imagination and also kind of get yourself unstuck, and that's what I did here. I just drew this Mad Max-ish type of vehicle roaming through the desert. Like I said, fun way to kind of loosen up and get yourself ready to do more drawing. Or if you're stuck, you don't know what to draw, that's a good way to get unstuck. And on this day right here, something really sad happened this day in San Jose. I was personally affected by it, but it was strange because on this day I had two crows circling around me, and one of them just kept swooping by my head like he literally was trying to come at me or something for some reason. I don't know why. Every time I'd go outside, and so I took a picture of him. And when I took a picture of him, he came at me again. It was kind of weird. I have some video of it too. But anyways, I took a picture of him, and I wanted to remember that crow or those crows because of what was going on. And so this is a drawing of those crows, or one of those crows. And so the next day, I wanted to pull myself out of that somber mood, and I wanted to draw something more happy. So I started drawing hearts, and I was gonna do kind of like a similar composition as I did before, where I had one red heart and the rest were all white. But when I messed up on one of these hearts, I had to fill it in black, and I figured, hey, you know what? Why don't I just fill in all these hearts different colors? And so I did, and I actually liked that idea better. Just for me, it works a lot better. I think, yeah, spread the love, right? And on this page right here, I wanted to explore the female body. I thought we would be doing some live model drawings this quarter or something, but we didn't, and that's okay. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was wondering if we were going to do anything like that, but we didn't. And so I figured, that's probably because of COVID and everything, but or it probably never happened before. But anyways, I figured why not just go online and find my own live model drawings, and I did. And this one, this page or this picture caught my attention because of the pose. I thought it was really cool, so I thought, why not draw this one? And so that's what I did. And I thought it came out pretty cool, and I'm gonna try and do it some more because I really need to learn how to draw female bodies in general, but female bodies because it's something I don't draw very often, and I think that's one of my weak points. And this day was my son's birthday. Happy birthday to my son. He just turned 18. He had a milestone this year. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Do a little birthday cake for my son. And right here, this one, it was during the week when we were studying 1, 2, and 3-point perspective. So that's what I did here. It was just a little, exercise in 2-point perspective, but just to make it a little more interesting, I put xenomorph embryo right there, just to, like I said, kind of make it a little more interesting. They don't normally hatch from these things, but whatever. Here I was playing with depth. I wanted to kind of give the illusion of depth on the page. Make it look like you're climbing into nothingness. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Playing with ellipses and stuff. And this drawing was, I just wanted to add Spider-Man in here, and also I was, reading something, and I thought the title of the article was, "Sorry, Spider-Man," or sorry, Peter Parker, but the reaction to the Black Spider-Man is the reason why we need one. So, that's what inspired me to draw this. And yeah, this is Miles Morales. I think he's a cool character, and I was really excited when they came out with him because, he's mixed. He's Puerto Rican and African American, and I think that's really cool nowadays because there's a lot of people out there that are of mixed race, and this gives people somebody to identify with. And he's a very popular character, so a lot of people can identify with this character. And I really hope they use him more often because he's really cool. Really cool new Spider-Man. Excuse me. And this one, I was exploring, portraits. I don't normally draw portraits, so I just picked a portrait of a industrial goth style girl. I, think that style is pretty cool. Like I said, I don't normally draw portraits of humans, so I allow myself to go ahead and mess up. And I know this drawing is a little funky looking, but hey, like I said, it's a doodle journal. It's not a finished piece. It's just me exploring different things. And here's another milestone my son hit. He graduated high school this year, so congrats to him, class of 2021. San Jose High Bulldogs, go son. He did a lot of work this year, and he worked really hard. I'm very proud of him, and yeah, he's a great kid. I have two great kids, my daughter and my son, and yeah, congrats to him. And right here, this one was just a bunch of, abstract circles and hatch work underneath. I was playing with line weights. I wanted to kind of create the illusion of these little circles floating over the hatches. Yeah, I think it's pretty successful. Just, like I said, random doodles. It's a doodle book. And this one is a drawing based on a sculpture by Roxanne Swentel. She is a Tewa artist from the southwestern part of the United States, northern New Mexico. There's a pueblo out there. It's called the Santa Clara Pueblo. That's where she lives. That pueblo has been there since pre-contact. And Roxanne she's a pottery artist. Her whole family, most of her family is are pottery artists. They span generations going back. I mean, like I said, to the pre-contact days. It's pretty amazing. Look her up. She's got some really amazing work, and this is actually a kosheri. It's some people label them as clowns, but they're spiritual beings that came from the underworld, and they brought the people with them. There's so much I could say about this. Really, you should just explore it for yourself because she's a great artist and really an amazing human being. She built her own house. She started a school to teach people how to live off the land. Like I said, she's amazing. Really, just go, please look her up. Roxanne Swentel. And this one, I'm actually revealing something here. This is a sketch I did somewhere else, but I wanted to put them in the book. I call them the McMad meal because, they got them Happy Meals, but I wanted to make a McMad meal. I'm thinking about making this into a sculpture. Just, kind of talking about fast food and how bad it is for you, but whatever. I'm not judging anyone because I'm guilty of eating it too. So no one's judging, just saying. Balance that stuff out with some healthy food. Eat a salad. And this is based on a t-shirt that I have. It's got star C3PO, same thing, same pose, kind of just a little different. I kind of want to draw them loosely sketched. And I use those markers, like I said. And on the t-shirt it says "Stay Gold" right here, but I wanted to add it right here so it looks like he's saying it. And if you don't know where that's from, it's from a Robert Frost poem, but it was also in the movie The Outsiders, which is a movie I like. So that's why I wanted to put this in here too. So yeah, stay gold, pony boy. And this one right here, This one was inspired by Pablo Picasso, and also one of the modules that we had this week, or not this week, I'm sorry, this quarter, because during one of the modules there was a video and they were talking about Picasso being one of the earlier users of collage, and he, that if you've ever seen his work, he's got these characters with big mouths and crazy noses and eyes, and they're just weird looking, right? Well, it's because he based his drawings off of his collage work. So I thought that was pretty neat. I didn't know that about him because I don't really read too much about him. But anyways, I figured why not give it a try myself. So I found some advertisements laying around, and I cut them up and put this quick thing together. And whatever wasn't there, I added it in with markers, pencils, and color pencils. And so this is a mixed media piece inspired by Pablo Picasso. I kind of like the way it came. I mean, I do like the way it came out, and you could actually draw a character based on this, and that would be like a Pablo Picasso style character. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, I kind of want to explore this medium again. Look out for it in the future, I guess. Pretty cool. This one was an exploration with pink. I had a pink highlighter sitting next to me, and I thought, let me use this and see what I can make pink. And so I made a pink donut, pink lemonade, pink poodle, pink iPod. That's an iPod Nano, and a pink elephant. And if you're from San Jose, then you might recognize two of these characters. Like I said, if you know, you know. And this one is a nod to Tim Burton. It's the sandworm from Beetlejuice. I really like Tim Burton's movies. Beetlejuice is one of my favorites. And as you can see, the stripes, that's something that I use a lot of in my work, and that was part of the inspiration behind me using stripes in my work. So there's a little reveal there. This is another doodle blob. I just drew a little blob of green blob here. And then I added the details with the brush pen. Well, first with pencil and then with brush pen. And I didn't color in the eyelids because I wanted you to see where the blob was. That's why all the details are just black and white, because I wanted you to see the blob. That was the main thing. I wanted people to see the blob and see how I work off of that. And like I said, that's a good way to get unstuck. And this drawing has a few things going on. So first, I was working with a brush pen, which I don't use very often, and getting used to it, or working with it to try to get used to it. I messed up here, but whatever. Like I said, it's a doodle book. I'm allowed to make mistakes. And this drawing or this image is based on a part of my job. I'm in street near my job because I added buildings, so it's not exactly, but there's a sewage drain right there by my job when I walk to work every day, and it smells so bad. I mean, really, really bad. Me and my coworker joke about it, and I say there must be some kind of dead animal or some kind of creature living under there because it smells really bad. And so I figured, why not draw that scene, And so here's that tentacle coming out of the sewer, and so that's probably the stench, And again, this is 2-point perspective, something we were learning in our classroom. So I wanted to, kind of practice that again, and exercise that because I really like that, and I'm gonna keep using that in my work too. So yeah, and here we are. That's it. The end of the road for now. This is page 70, and I used tape again to make a border, but this time I used spray paint. You could probably see some of the speckles here, and in here. And I used a pencil to sketch this out, and then I used Posca markers to outline it and then fill it in. And I didn't color it in because I wanted you to see the background. I used the spray paint, and like I said, I used the tape to make a border. I've used spray paint in sketchbooks before, but like I said, I don't use tape very often. But I will start using tape more often because I like that border that it gives. It looks really cool, especially when you got a bunch of stuff going on in the middle. It's a really cool effect. But yeah, that's it. There's still a lot more in this sketchbook left. So if you like what you see, stay tuned because I'm going to make another video for the rest of the book. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you later.